Hi everyone, this is Matty. Today we're testing Microsoft Paint version 1. This map is by Evil Cart 420. Today's date is 25th of the 7th, 2026. We have not been asked to test this map. I've just decided to give it a play, really, because it's been released. And I figure, well, we're only testing one map in today's session, officially, so why not bundle this one in as well as it's been released, so people get a chance to play it properly before it's published on any servers.
Fight to the death.
Oh my god, Corona Arena's on the credits thingy. I can't seem to... There we are. Oh, shame.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Oh, we're all sitting down to have some food.
Begin.
Why is triple T in the skybox?
Hey, whips!
All the textures were made in MS Paint, obviously.
I like the music. It kind of reminds me of Theme Hospital, or, you know. Is this a trap, or...? Oh.
Apparently this is.
I feel like the floor's going to break away at some point and just... I'm going to fall.
Shot so old, gotta run out the high when I play my music so the roof don't fall on me.
Ish. I mean, I know it's made in Microsoft Paint, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't put effort into it. How do I use the... I appear to have lost the elevator. Oh, okay. Wouldn't it be interesting if the first elevator took people where they wanted to go, and if there was an idiot left behind, like me, the next time they took the elevator, it just took them to hell or something? Oh, I'm stuck in the floor. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yes, this is very obviously the weed room, isn't it? I feel like they could probably change the way they import their textures to make them look a bit less like they've got artifacts and
Where's
stuff
the
on, you know?
next trap? There's no indicator for that.
Oh, I'm
Fucking how the hell are you supposed to do that?
no, my
There's, like,
point
barriers right there.
My point is that some of the textures look like they've been imported and they've got obvious like aliasing artifacts and stuff, you know, transparency borders. And they lack crispness. They don't have that pixel precision. If they re-imported some of them differently, might result in them being pretty good. Ooh. Jesus, look at that art. That's a step up. Jeez. As you go through the map, does the art get better? No, it's not the point. Jeez. You can do some art in MS Paint, that's fine, but if you then import that art from MS Paint and it gets butchered by the compression and like stretching and shit, that's not MS Paint that's doing that, that's you, you know? Through your lack of knowledge and what have you. And so you're taking what is a pretty good source image, perhaps, and then when you put it in your game, it just looks a bit ugly because of those compression artifacts. Well, it's not really fair. I mean, they obviously don't have the years of experience that other people do. And there's a lot of fucking around to get things right. Ooh, a skeleton. It seems too high effort for a CT map.
2, 1. Fight!
Okay, so only one person has to go in this room and risk their life. Doesn't seem very fair to me.
Gotta run out the high when I play my music so the roof don't fall on me.
I think the elevator should kind of wait a bit longer. Or something. It's a long time to wait for the next elevator. Isn't that a good thing, the fact that you picked up the packet of weed and now you're smoking it with heavy? I mean, is that going to result in death, or do you just get to, like, sit the map out and smoke? I guess we'll never find out. This is boring. Let's go. That looks good. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Jesus. The time it takes for you to, like, stand there and break those planks, it's just not worth it. You're fucked. Oh, unless you can't break the planks from that side. I'm just going to make everybody medic on the next round to make it easy. Yes, a lot of the time they are necessary, because a lot of mappers don't have visible elements for their traps. Things just kind of pop up out of nowhere. You know, if you're wandering down a corridor and then you just die unexpectedly, I don't find that fun. But if you are in a map where people use theming, or actually have visible trap elements, or maybe they design the environment so that the trap zone is obvious, I think that's preferable. I think, yeah, learn the map over time, but I don't think it's fun to not understand what's going on the first time you go through. I don't think you should be forced to die and sit out repeatedly just to learn how a map works. I don't think that's skillful when you have no chance, you know? Nobody goes into a game where they're required to suck for the first 2 hours until the refund duration expires, and then they're fucked. Oh, hang on. So where's this smoke trap you wanted to test? Oh, fuck. I wonder if you can block the elevator doors by having 2 people standing in front of them and touching them. Like, just in front of the doors, because it's a move linear. Oh, right, yeah. Right, let's heal each other. You want to heal mine Alberto, Clyde? Oh no, it's fine. We're in a triplet of healing now. I'm not being healed, by the way. It's entirely up to you. You can try and kill people if you want. I mean, we need to kind of try and survive this trap, so preferably we don't want to finish the map too soon. God, I really misread your message there. What no sex does to a motherfucker. So it would appear that you can out-heal this trap unless they built in some kind of fail-safe to kill people after a certain amount of time. What are you healing me with? Oh, the normal medigun. Is there a larger overheal with normal medigun? Does the normal medigun have a larger overheal than the... oh, look. I'm dying. Okay. I would appreciate some heals. Thank you. I was under the impression that the Crits Creek has a higher overheal, but I might be misremembering because I usually use it a lot in MVM, and I always go for the overheal upgrade, so... Yay! We won. So it would appear that people can perpetually delay the round by just chilling in that room. I didn't happen to see a motivator. Fuck me. Oh, is it a colour changing thing? Oh well. Would anybody like to be an engineer? There you go. Try and build. Ah! I don't know, but Skyle does, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, okay, fair enough. Well, they have allowed no collision. Ah, right, okay, fair enough. Still, you shouldn't assume that that's the case everywhere. You should always try to deal with things in the map itself, rather than just relying on plugins to sort shit out for you. The way my opinion is that plugins should try to do as little as possible, because if we're reliant on plugins to do everything, then plugins do things differently, depending on the server, and it just becomes a clusterfuck to try to design for that. True, other servers may pop up in future, popularity may change, and this at that point might be a year old or more, and then a plugin developer feels encouraged to start adding quality of life changes to their plugin to say, I'm going to make this sweeping change that affects all maps on your server that's on by default, just to fix these issues on a handful of maps. And then suddenly everybody who's making a new map, you know, thank you very much.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
So there's two ways you can stop people from building on stuff. One is you can just add an engineer no build trigger over the top. You can also just send out a an output occasionally to TF object star, I think, asterisk there for all class names, and then just kill them or destroy them, break them, whatever. You can do that every second or something, but preferably only whilst the minigame is running to stop it. I think the best solution is just to add a trigger though, because it's more clean, more professional. If people think, hey, I can't build here, whereas if their building randomly disintegrates, that's just weird. Oh, stuck on the floor again. Be nice if whilst you're in the elevator, people start looking at their watches. Maybe this trap should have a counter that counts exactly how many people have smoked weed every day whilst this server has been running this map. No, I don't think it's really fair to expect a mapper to design around B-hop just because one server has it. But I would also suggest that you do implement the occasional hazard to kind of limit its effectiveness, or, you know, stuff like that. I mean, if you look at some maps, they have a mix of manually activated traps and automatic traps and static hazards and things where you cannot rush through. And I think that's a good design rule anyway, because if you have just a corridor map where things are like off by default and by default it's just a floor, then people can just hold W, you know, and then just speed run themselves without any trouble whatsoever. Whereas if you have a mix of traps where people actually have to use skill, press other buttons instead when the activator's not triggering anything, then it makes for a more interesting experience by default. So it's kind of an easy way to ensure that your experience is varied. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't see those. Right, okay, fair enough, that makes sense. What is it they say? Gamers don't look up. Maybe there should be an arrow pointing to those things on the ceiling. Oh my god. So apparently these ceiling platforms also spawn arrows. Those times when the map just takes like slightly longer to restart the round and you're thinking, oh god, has a server crashed? Oh no, I'm being critical about a map during a playtest in a map testing community? Oh my goodness. No, I'm just answering Metal Monkey's questions. In fact, I'm not even being grumpy. I think you're just misinterpreting me. But I do have a slight case of monotone voice going on because I can't be asked to sound more energetic, if you know what I mean. I am a bit tired at the moment. Also, I have to keep craning my neck to speak into my microphone, so it's a bit uncomfortable. No, I've not really been talking about that map a great deal, to be honest. I've been mainly making suggestions. I've been talking about design issues in Deathrun in general as well. Should I have gone forwards? Oh, I didn't realise this was the teleporter. I thought it was just some random text. Does this red button mean that I can't shoot it? Did I trigger a free run or something? I wasn't paying attention. So the buttons are red by default. How do I get off this stupid speed lane? There we are. Yeah, so map author, I strongly recommend that you use green for trap buttons and then change them to red when the trap has been activated. Because idiots like me will get confused. I think I've lost you guys. Oh, I like this use of Fonk monitor. That's pretty cool. Lol. Are you gonna die now, or was that the trap? Oh, okay, fine. I think your forward signs are a bit too high. You should have them kind of like eye heights where I can see them. Well, I'm getting teleported around a lot here. Okay. I normally recommend to people that they try not to have lots of little rooms only connected using teleporters, because it leads to situations where you can lose track of the runners. Instead, you should always try to have like connected corridor sections and try to keep teleporting to a minimum, because it ensures good visibility of the runners, or it helps to ensure good visibility. But I appreciate if you're building your activator corridor after you've built your map, your Deathrun course, it is difficult, especially if you've got an unconventional layout. What I normally say to people is, when you design your Deathrun course, you should design the activator corridor layout at the same time, because that way, obviously, it's a lot easier. Good job.
Today is a good
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight to the death.
I'm not fussed, to be honest. Would anybody like to test any particular traps? I mean, we're not here to actually do a proper playtest. I just thought I'd whip the map on because it had just come out. So we don't need to do a thorough test or anything. Oh, it's... yeah, of course, you've got to do the little platforming section. Thank you. Isn't it interesting how the person who actually does all the work ends up being at the end? Maybe they should be teleported to the front of the queue. What you could do is you could have a timer on the front of the elevator outside, so people know how long they have until it disappears. You could use a point world text, or you could use an animated texture. Given the theme of the map, I suppose it's probably best just to make an animated texture. It would only be a few frames. I'm sure you'd be well up to that. You could use like a digital LCD font or something. Yay! More reasons not to have to play the map. You didn't draw that, did you? Surely it's a big departure from the other artwork, unless you traced it or something. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there's a comic artist called Raw Dog. They post on Reddit. And there's a character in there called Bingus. It's like an effeminate cartoon bunny. Kind of looks slightly familiar. Well, not familiar, but similar. Obviously not as wide, though. Oh, fuck. Oh, almost. Yeah, Raw Dog. What the hell's going on with my corpse?
Pyro is calling.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite comics. I'm considering subscribing to them on Patreon. And I'm quite tight, you know, I don't willingly part with my money, so if I'm willing to give somebody some money, it means I like it a lot. I like it a lot. NHA I am? What's that? Okay, see you, Scarico. Thanks very much. Yeah, I really should. I'm a silly sausage. I got really kind of into like changing things with logic and doing VScript and stuff. So, you know, I've got this thing there that has this really cool kind of VScript that's running it. But I haven't really done a lot of work to the traps. So then I started working on the traps and I thought, oh, I can't be arsed. It kind of gets to the stage where you start ripping things out with the intention to move them around. And you think to yourself, well, at this point, I may as well just kind of remake the map, you know? My original intention was just to make a fixed, improved version that had better difficulty scaling. And then release a remake in the future. But I'm thinking now, I may as well just kind of do a remake, you know? Because in reality, I mean, if I do make a remake, which will have... Some of the traps will be similar, but obviously there'll be different traps in there as well. Are servers going to have both versions on the rotation? Or are they just going to have the new version? In which case, what's the point in working on an old version, you know? Like, how many servers are there that have Neo-Noir and Tech-Noir at the same time? Although, I suppose you could argue, I mean, Tech-Noir and Neo-Noir are quite different. But there are other maps, you know, quite a lot of maps, which are distinct. They're different maps, you know, different names made by different people, and yet their experiences are much closer to one another than Tech-Noir is to Neo-Noir. So, really, the decision there is only, like, the name of the map, isn't it, not the experience. I feel like this playtest is going to be completely unusable to the map author because I'm just chatting shit all the time. Welcome to the chatting shit session with Wormatty. Did the server crash? Why is everybody... How the... Coordinated stillness? What was that? Did I just have a brain fart? That was cool. Unless everybody was kind of toking up at the same time. Or they just didn't want to go in the room. The little room. Ah, shit. I'm not doing the Kazatska kick. One of these days, I should just make a map. All these little ideas that I come up with, all these suggestions I make during playtests, I should just go, hey, let's just put it into a map, you know? And then just make a map. Activator rotates. Oh no, it's a random order, but people take it in turns, if you know what I mean. When people join the game, they get like participation points whilst they're on red, and the person with the highest amount of points at the start of the round gets made the activator. You may not actually be opted in to be an activator. You type /DR, check the settings, see if it says become an activator or opt out of being activator. Woo! Didn't even look. Was a pretty good impersonation of a jockey there.
I'm not walked up straight away.
Oh my god, what are these images? Oh, that's fine. It's not a, it's a random thing. I thought I had to jump on things. Just a suggestion here. If you're going to make a game like this, what I suggest you do is put people into third person automatically when the game starts. Oh, fuck. It's because it's a situation where you need to be a bit more aware about what's going on in your environment. Putting people into third person allows them to see what's going on around them. It's especially good in like platforming games with lasers and shit that get shot at you. Here, not as important, but I think still quite useful. You can put people back into first person when the round restarts. I have a V-script available if you'd like to use it. It kind of simplifies the process. And if people are using a plugin to change their perspective themselves, then it won't touch their preference. It'll kind of respect the fact that they're in third person and not change them back into first person. Yay, it's an invisible floor. It's got the same like dimensions as the games from other maps, so I don't know if this has been lifted as well, unless it's a coincidence. Probably it's just a coincidence. I mean, it's a cookie cutter kind of game, really, isn't it? There are only so many ways to skin a cat. Hey, that's a good idea for a minigame. Cat skinning.
Fight to the death.
People take it in turns to go up and like skin a cat for as much as they can within a time limit. And if they get caught, then they die, I suppose. And then at the end of if the cat gets successfully skinned, then I suppose red wins. That's a funky tune. I think we kind of demonstrated that engineers can build on another minigame, so I don't think the map author needs a demonstration of that minigame as well. I think the idea has been implanted, if you know what I mean. I would like to think that if the map author takes that feedback on board, they should also check other areas to see if they can be exploited. Another way you could do it, I suppose, is just to delete TF weapon builder, and that prevents engineers from building anything at all. Do it once at the start of the minigame, and provided people don't respawn as engineer, then they just won't be able to build anything. Although the only thing I'm not sure of is if they build something prior to that, and then pick it up, and then you delete the builder, then they may still have the building, so you probably also want to delete any TF object items as well. I kind of feel like there isn't enough MS Paint. Like, a lot of the map is kind of bog standard Team Fortress 2 stuff, and then you get the occasional MS Paint drawing. I was hoping that it would be like an MS Paint world, if you know what I mean. Oh! Like, they make all these textures and stuff. I mean, to be fair, you know, there's a lot of textures in Spawn, but there's some places where it's just like a boring Team Fortress 2 corridor. It just could be the case that I don't associate simple wall textures with MS Paint because they're kind of mainly just color blocks. And maybe I'm just missing the lack of detail. Like, I'd like to see more kind of feathering and dithering and stuff and other pixel art expressions of artistry in wall textures. Yeah, definitely. Making a complete set of assets for a map yourself. Hell of a lot of work, so yeah. Fair play to them, credit where credit is due. They have done a lot of work. I particularly like this circuit board wall texture. I think that's pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of some of the synthwave maps, you know? I do also appreciate the fact that the different areas of the maps have like different themes. I do like running through kind of computerized rooms, sorry. I like that as a concept. Probably because it's nostalgic for me. Like, I played games as a child where you'd be literally going through a computer, you know. Things like Tron, and there were games on there was a game on the BBC Micro. I just don't remember its name, but it was really cool. Anyway, I think I've had enough fun. I don't know about you guys, so I'm going to head off soon. Oh, look at the poor sad cat. Yeah, I agree, but as you say, it is a lot of work required. We can't all be like Bun Bun, just machines. It's interesting that there's this kind of recurring theme with the kind of square colours logo that looks like a Microsoft symbol. It's almost like it's kind of the occasional reminder that the map is here and watching you, and you are in this facility, and it's this organization, the MS Paint organization.
You failed.
Oh no. Alright guys, thank you very much for playing and coming to the test and game session. I shall see you around.